What's up everyone, my name is Delicious Darren, and today I want to show you one of the coolest tricks in the game, in my opinion of course. Wall kicks will work, and hopefully by the end of this video, you've got a good understanding of how to do it yourself. So let's get into the hardest part of the trick first, which is of course the backflip. So immediately you want to start into the backflip and do absolutely nothing. Yes, nothing. But of course, you're going to want to start holding forward at some point. So, when do we hold forward, you ask? The best time, and I'll show you in just a second, listen very carefully to Mario's backflip. As you can tell, there are two whooshes here. I start holding forward in between the first whoosh and the second whoosh. So I'll let the first whoosh go by, wait half of a second, and then start moving forward. Let me show you when by saying the word now. 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 So that's when. Also, as you saw, I use Mario Cam. You don't have to use Mario Cam to get this trick. I like doing it. If you want to use Mario Cam at the same time as me, I do it at the same time I start holding forwards. So, now. Now. So let me show you what that's going to look like during the actual trick. First without Mario Cam and then with. Now. So you can just kind of land there. Now with Mario Cam. So that's how it looks. So after you walk, or just as you're wall kicking, what direction do you hold, you may ask? Well, let's try holding straight, and show you what happens. As you can see, Mario didn't get any distance if you hold straight. So instead of holding straight, let's try up and to the right. Already you can tell much more distance. So as we're starting the trick, we want to hold up and to the right. But only for half of a second using my method. After half of a second, okay, so it's going to be wall jump half of a second up right, and then immediately afterwards up left. Let me show you what that's going to look like. I'm going to commentate it. Up right, up left. So it's up right, up left. You know, like right afterwards. And we, of course, we use up left to ensure. I'm going to do it with Mario Cam this time. To ensure that we actually land on this platform. I like holding straight using my other method, which I'll show you at the end of this video, but blah, 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 what am I trying to say? Yeah, but holding up and to the left is almost always more consistent to getting on this platform, except when you don't have much speed. If you don't have much speed, holding up and to the left may actually lower your speed, and you might just fall short. That just depends. So let's go into the next portion, which is when we do a dive to get here. Also, let's go ahead and talk about the jump dive. When you're doing the wall kick, you don't jump dive immediately like that. That's an immediate jump dive. You actually lose a lot of distance if you do it that way. Instead, try jumping, waiting half of a second as usual. This should be called the half second trick because I just wait half a second for everything. Wait half a second and then dive. Unless there's one exception or two exceptions. Unless you're really low or really high. If you're really low, you might want to do it just a little bit earlier. If you're really high, you want to wait. You want to wait a while because if you don't, you're gonna bonk. So let me show you what it's gonna look like if you're really high. So I'm gonna go a little bit earlier this time, and it's gonna jump me really high. So as you can see, I didn't jump dive as soon as I usually do. I waited a little bit so that I didn't hit the top of the ceiling. Trust me, you'll know if you hit the top of the ceiling. It actually might look a little bit confusing, but if you bonk, there's a good chance that's what you did. Um, so now let's go into where we're going to land after we do our dive. So as you can see, this is where I'm aiming for my get up. We do the dive. I started pointing with my finger. We do the dive here around this area, and we're obviously aiming for this thing, for the fastest speed. If you're just starting, don't worry about that. Just long jump from here over to here, something like that. But of course we want to go fast, so we're aiming for this dark spot. Usually, depending on your speed, it'll be anywhere along this dark spot. For the fastest speeds, you're going to be wanting to aim over here. For the mid speeds, about right here, and for the lower speeds, on the white and on the early blue spot. So just watch, instead of watching Mario, specifically watch where the spot. Watch how you can tell where the spots are when I'm doing this trick. So you saw, that blue spot was very clear, and that's where I was aiming for. After you land here, Mario's already going to have a lot of momentum. After you land, just hold the direction of this bridge, which is basically up and to the right. And then shortly after Mario turns around, just do a jump dive to grab the star. Since he doesn't have any momentum, it's not going to work. But that's how you do it. So you may have trouble with falling off, but it's really not that bad once you get to it. The other part of the trick, which is the easiest part, thank goodness, is the beginning. So immediately after you start, push C and to the right. C to the right. Gives you the perfect angle to start off this trick. Mario's also faced in a great direction for us. All we want to do is capitalize on that by holding up and to the left. And I like to aim towards, you see this white spot right here? Just below the white spot, there's a little black line. You can barely see it. I like to aim right below the white spot. So that's what we'll do. Jump, wait for the dive. If you don't wait long enough, you're not going to get that dive. Jump down here and try to land as close to this part as possible, as you saw earlier. Yeah. So let me show you that again. And we're going to land close to that part as possible. Anywhere around here is pretty decent. Remember that you can control. Now, I did say do nothing during the first backflip, the first half of the backflip. But if you're in a bad position, like this, you can use the first half of the backflip to move you in the right direction. The only problem is that you're going to have to do some quick thinking, because you're going to use that first backflip to move you, and then you're going to have to hold forward. So it's, let me show you what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. I just like to show examples. That's just kind of the guy I am. So I'm going to move way over here. Alright, I need to move far to the left in this case, and then hold up at the appropriate time. So, as you can see, I still listen to the sound cues to determine when to hold up, but at the same time, I held left to correct my position. Now, those are just speed strats. If you're just starting, don't worry about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, last thing. Let's say that you don't know how to, or you're having trouble diving here. Alternatives, of course, are jumping down, holding down and to the right when you get close to the bottom, and doing a kick like that, or just jumping down here and then ground pounding. Now, as you saw, the camera moves really slowly to catch up to Mario's position. We don't want that. It'll mess up our backflip. So, as soon as you're about to touch the ground, just Mario Cam twice. The camera fixes itself. Well, that's been another tutorial. I know it's long and lengthy for such a short star, but I hope you enjoyed it. So, everybody say hi to Mr. Snowman. Hi, Snowman! And, I'll see you next video.